Hey, everybody. Yesterday, I took the train to Raleigh and attended both public hearings that the North Carolina Department of Labor held on two rulemaking petitions that were recently submitted to them. One petition is on the issue of implementing a control plan for airborne infectious diseases for workplaces in North Carolina that fall within the jurisdiction of the Occupational Safe and Health Division of the Department of Labor. This petition affects construction employers and the general industry, meaning manufacturing, warehousing, retail, office work, and healthcare. The second petition is about protecting migrant workers who are employed by the agricultural industry in North Carolina from airborne infectious disease, as well as their dependents. The first thing I want to share with you is how the process will play out. These two rulemaking petitions are not coming from the North Carolina Department of Labor. Several concerned organizations that focus on worker advocacy presented these ideas to the department. The law states that after receiving petitions like these, the North Carolina Department of Labor must allow for public comments and then evaluate those comments before issuing a decision on if North Carolina will move forward with an infectious disease standard in this case. Here's what I saw yesterday. A lot of people came fired up and incorrectly thought this was a bill that was going to mandate vaccines, masks, and social distancing from here on out. Many even shared their personal stories from the pandemic about giving birth while wearing a mask or the young child having to wear a mask to school. I want to reiterate that the two petitions up for discussion would not apply to these people or their families in those circumstances. They only apply to the workers in these specified industries. What these two petitions actually discuss and advocate for are the industries mentioned earlier to create a plan if or when we encounter the next pandemic. This does not include things like the common cold or flu. Basically, Governor, the North Carolina General Assembly, or an organization like the CDC would have to declare a public health emergency for any of these measures to go into effect. Something else the petitions advocate for is the requirement of employers to inform employees about their workplace's exposure control plan and training available in a language understandable by the employee. For migrant housing specifically, communication must be translated to Spanish, English, and any other primary language common in the migrant population at the housing site. We are learning that too many migrant workers do not know their rights as workers, best practices to stay safe during a pandemic, or even about the pandemic itself. There's so much more I would love to cover, but I encourage each and every one of you to read the rulemaking petitions submitted to the North Carolina Department of Labor. My team has uploaded them to our link tree, which can be found in my profile's bio section. Yes, these petitions are dense and filled with a lot of information, but it's important that we keep ourselves informed on what is happening. You have until March 4th to submit your comments for consideration to the North Carolina Department of Labor. Time to make your voice heard, North Carolina.